Okay, family, let's continue on. Next, we're going to be doing lesson 21, and this is the Council of Flame, unifying the healed selves and the inner assembly of light. Now, as we have gone through this journey step by step, and we get deep into the spirituality, this is the message. Now that the flame within you has remembered itself, it is time to gather the selves. Not just who you are now, but every version of you that carry wisdom, pain, purpose, and prayer across lifetimes. This is what we call the Council of Flame. It is the inner table where all your aspects sits. The child, the elder, the warrior, the healer, the priestess, the dreamer for the feminine side, and priest for the men. Each holding a spark of the same eternal flame. Now, how do we gather ourselves? When the soul fragments through trauma, shame, or oppression, parts of you scatter to survive, which is where you go into survival mode. Some hide in past timelines, some in future dreams. But when you awaken, the flame begins to call them home. You may feel memories rise suddenly, emotions surface, or even hear inner voices speaking in unity and conflict. Do not fear this. It is not chaos, it is reunion. Your task is not to silence them, but to seat them at a table. Invite them to speak. Listen with compassion and then say, all parts of me return to the light. The circle is whole again. Now, what this council represents. Each self carries an element of your full power. The child self brings purity and wonder. The warrior self brings courage and fire. The healer self brings empathy and wisdom. The priest or priestess self brings ritual and remembrance. And the elder self brings patience and vision. And together they form the complete flame of your being. No single self is supreme. Each has a voice, and together they restore balance within your inner kingdom. Now, this goes into the feminine leadership within self, the forgotten feminine leadership. In the council, the feminine energy leads by not by domination or dominance, but by listening. She allows every voice is truth, then breathes harmony into the discord. This is divine governance, not hierarchy, but a circle leadership. When you govern yourself this way, no outside empire can govern you again. You become self-ruled by divine law. Now, this is the practice for the collective. Find stillness, close your eyes, visualize a round table of light. See your many selves taking their seat, calm, watchful, ready to be seen. Place your hand on your heart and speak. By the flame of eternal balance, I call myself home. No fragment left behind. All that I am now stand as one. Breathe deeply and sense the warmth expand, the body easing, the mind quieting, the soul brightening. This is the sound of the council uniting. Now here is a closing word for this lesson. The world changes when one soul becomes whole. As each of you recalls your counsel, the collective flame brightens. And soon, a new world order, not of empire, but of remembrance, shall rise through you. Okay, and that's the end of lesson 21, which pretty much speaks on the Council of Flame, unifying yourself. So pretty much, as we know, we all have different aspects of ourselves that enacts at certain times. When you're going through hardships, the survival mode. When you're sitting there nurturing or you're trying to take care of something, you're healing yourself. when you just want a little piece of innocence, that's your child. So these are all aspects of you. This is not something that's out. It's not far-fetched. If you sit and really think about it, you have a childish child. You have a mind that's, older beyond, if you are of age, then you pretty much went through these phases. But for those who have not reached to their elder ages yet, you have a different mindset where you're thinking on a different hindsight. Like I said, you have different aspects of yourself. What this pretty much doing is unifying everything into one. And that's the one thing that we do. We have to invoke all sides. It's okay to be playful and explore. It's okay to be be on survival mode to make sure you are secure. It's okay to be that part where you sit in like your priest or priestess energy, where you sit and you just remember things. Like on my public page, I put in that I began to remember my high school, from my work days to my high school. So it's like it pretty much invoking a lot of aspects of myself, but I'm still one person. But instead of having different parts of me, I'm making it whole as to one. And that's what it means about the union, the unified council within yourself. Being okay with yourself, not separating it, but being okay with yourself and being yourself at all times and being okay with that. So that is that. And I'll be going on next into lesson 22. Yep. And that's the flame of prophecy, the voice of the remembered future. And this is where you go into your transgression in this part. Okay? So I'll see you next assignment.